I just freaked out Coco. She came running in here to see what was going on. Hi, everybody. It's Janet with Fruit of the Vine Art Studio, welcoming you to a bright, happy new day and new year at Fruit of the Vine Art Studio. Thank you so much for being here with me, I guess, for the celebration. I'm probably about 12 hours late, but 12 hours late is better than never. And anyway, now it is a bright new day. And I really appreciate you being here with me. Let me see if I can get us set up over here on the computer. I don't know what it's doing over here. I'm going to do a fun painting with you today. It's not going to take too long, I hope. It is sort of a wintry sunrise kind of thing is what I'm going to do, and I hope you enjoy it. I'm going to be using paints, and I'm going to use, I don't know why this isn't going over to the page. It's like it's frozen. Let me just hit that and refresh for a moment. I appreciate that. Anyway, you're going to want to have, if you're going to paint along with me, you're going to want to get out some purple, a little bit of an orange. I'm going to be using some peach, and then I will be using some black and white. Let me see if this is going to work or not. It may not, and I may just have to go on without it. Hey, Steve, I see that you commented for me. Thank you so much. I don't know what my computer's doing here. Maybe here we are. There we go. Now I see it. Thank you so much for waiting on me. I appreciate that. I know a lot of times it's hard when I don't get started right away and you want to get moving. So anyway, I'm going to tilt you down and we're going to get going. This is going to start out. I'm going to do a tall landscape sort of painting for you here. I'm only going to go about halfway up. I'm going to start with the peach. Let me get a little bit out here. And I'm going to mix just the tiniest bit of orange in with that peach. Just to sort of make a salmon type color. All right, so I'm just going to mix these two together here, this peach and the orange, to get me a salmon or a very creamy peach sickle maybe, you know, orange sickle sort of color. Okay, that looks pretty good. That's about what I'm wanting right there. And I'm going to go about right in this area right here, and this is going to be the top, and this is going to be the bottom. I'm painting towards myself today. I know I usually paint towards the audience, so I'm just going to kind of bring this way and then up over here, down a little bit and up. Just sort of like that. And I'm going to bring it up this way. And then I'm going to get a little bit of this purple. And I'm going to dip into that. And I'm just going to kind of add that right in here. Just sort of above it. And then I'm going to take just a little bit of black and touch that into the purple. Just a tiny drop of it. And darken it up here at the top. And now I want this to blend a little bit better than that. That's got kind of a harsh look to it. So I'm going to rinse this off a little bit here. And then I'm going to just very, very lightly almost like just feather touch it up and down. Just bring it back and forth, just very lightly. Bring these two colors together just a little bit. And I know it looks odd right now. Same with this right here. We're going to bring these two colors to a little bit, just together. Very, very lightly. And I'm going to turn it back this way. And I'm just going to kind of sweep it back and forth. Kind of like that. And then up here, sweep it back and forth until it blends into more on, you know, how that kind of just kind of kept that harsh look from taking over, that big division between the three different colors in the sky back there. Okay, so now I'm just going to wipe that off, and I'm going to take the end of my brush here, and I'm going to go into the purple, and I'm just going to kind of take this right here, and I'm going to just kind of bring it right down, across like this, bringing it down and across like this, and one more kind of maybe like this. Just bring that sort of that way. I'll just kind of bring that sort of this way a little. And now we're going to get in some white. We're going to pull us into some white. So I'm going to shake this up. Now, hope you guys had a great time last night. Stayed up. I don't know about you. I kind of fell asleep. We went out, and then I kind of fell asleep for a little bit, and then I got back up, and I was awake for the New Year's, and boy, the next door neighbors, they were having them a good time, and fireworks was going off, and it was all wild and crazy, and you know, and then we went to bed. So it was fun though. We had a beautiful evening. We went and ate at Red Lobster. It was a delicious meal, as always. You know, it was a delicious meal. I'm just pulling the white right into this. Get a little more of it. Just pulling it right along underneath that purple, just right along under it. And then I'm going to make just a little bit right there. Going to pull that back across that way. And then I'm going to pull this up along that way. Just to kind of get a little bit of darkened purple up in there. And there we go. Get some more of the white. And then I'm going to do the same thing going through here. I'm just going to pull that white right into the purple. Wipe it off a little bit, get a little more of the white, and just bring it right over the top of that part of the purple. There we go. So now we've kind of got a few different little hilly type areas back in here. We'll just make this sort of just a couple of little strokes in the background for some additional shading. Let's get a little more white right in there. Okay, so there now we've kind of got this background going back here. So then we're going to take this brush, rinse it off. Where's my little stiff brush? There it is. Going to get a hold of the small brush here, and we're going to go into the black. And we're just going to kind of dot it along back through here. Now I'm going to go back over and get a little more of that and bring it across. A couple of taller ones here and there. That's a little better, I think. Let me do it that way instead. Get a little more right here. I'm just kind of flicking it up, pulling it up, instead of what I was doing before. This looks a little better. This is more like what I was trying to get, since this brush didn't want to use more separate type strokes. It was trying to pull itself into clumps, so Wasn't what I was wanting it to do. That's all right, though. So there we've got that going across the background there. Let's kind of straighten that up just a little at the bottom. Okay. And then we're going to take this and just sort of take it and bring it down this way. Right across the bottom there. Sort of like that right there. And then let's put a few right in here, maybe. And then we're going to make another one that's going to go this way right through here. Just bringing it down like that. And one that'll come across through here. Right down to there. Bring it up to there just a little bit smaller. Okay, and then we'll put some of them here. Let me get it a little darker. A little more black on that brush. Okay, and we'll just kind of edge that up right there, edge that up right there. Let's put a little bit over here. About like that. Maybe make a couple of them over here. Just a couple. Just for a little bit in that area back there. Okay. And then we're going to get this brush right here. And we're just going to build us a tree right here. Let me get a little more, just a little more paint. I'm going to have to offload a little bit. I don't want it to be too thick. We're just going to put him right in here. Keep coming down. He's a big tree. Yeah, I kind of covered that spot that I made there, but that's all right. He's coming all the way down to here. About like that, something like that. And then we'll just kind of wipe that off. Let me get most of that off. I want most of that to be gone, so I'm just going to rub it on my paper until the black's basically gone. And then I'm just going to take it and kind of slightly shade underneath my tree. Coming back this way. But I still want that edges to have that look now. Okay, so looks like I need just a little splotch right there to signify the center of that tree. There we go. That's pretty good right there. And then we'll put a couple over the middle of it. Okay, so now we got this beautiful tree sitting back here. Maybe we'll put another little tree. Oh, let's see. Maybe we'll put another little tree right back in there. So that we're not the only little tree in the area, we'll put just another tree right back in here in this little spot. Kind of bring it out a little bit on the edges. There we go. Maybe we'll put one more over here. Right there. Oh, it's starting to rain here. Well, here in our picture, it's just a beautiful morning coming up. So that's all we're going to worry about. I'm trying to get this a little more limbish looking. It doesn't look like it's got much of a limb. Here, let's make that one more like that. There we go. And then once again, I'm going to get that off and just kind of drag it a little bit, get it a little shading, a little bit of shading coming this way of the tree. There we go. Now I'm going to take this brush and I'm going to dip into the white. Offload a little bit, and I'm just going to take it and make a couple of splotches on the tree along the edges. Now you remember that's not going to go across, directly across. Trees aren't made to where it would go directly across. They have different layers. You think about the layers of the tree, how the tree would be layered. There we go. And then let's get a little more white. Offload it a little bit. We want it to be white though, so a little off. And then we'll do, whoops, that's just a little too much, isn't it? A little bit on this tree over here. We'll make him a little taller, I guess, and kind of do it up that way. Dip into the white. Just a couple of spots across the bottom. A little across the bottom. Just a little across the bottom. Okay. And then we're going to put that up. Get out just a drop more of the white. Yep, there we go. A little more than I expected, but that's okay. Let's take this brush here. Make a little, no, let's not do that. Let's not start doing that. I'm going to turn it around so that it's facing you guys. I'm going to rinse this brush. And we're just going to make some dots of snow falling using the tip of the brush to make the dots. Now, it doesn't have to be a huge blizzard. You don't have to have thousands and thousands of dots. It can just be some light snow falling. And the more you tap it, the smaller the dots get. Except littler snow, smaller little dots of snow falling. And you want some on the trees, because the snow doesn't just fall behind the trees. The snow also falls on the trees. So put a few dots on your trees and in front of the trees. Don't have to have thousands of them, just enough to where they show up in different little areas to where it's noticeable, because putting it everywhere back in there isn't going to be noticeable anyway, right? So just a few here and there, right here in the front. And I'd say that looks like that's it to me. Well, as I said, it's a bright new day. We have a bright new year ahead of us. 365 new possibilities of new sunrises with beautiful days. I hope your day is beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me. Happy New Year's, guys. Happy 2022. Bye. Thank you.